Alright, we're going in. We're going in. Press start. I gotta open up my cheat machine, too. Oh, start the timer. I fixed the timer, by the way. The current time is correct. I fixed it. Oh. Okay, now what? I mean, I guess there's the elevator outside. Yeah, I don't know. First of all, oh, okay, it's not the elevator outside. How the hell do I get into his orb? But yeah, someone said that this region was based on... I don't know who in Japan was like, you know, there should be more Arizona games. There's a Wikipedia article for games based in New Jersey, which is pretty exciting. But like, I straight up... okay, I guess I can take the elevator. I don't think... There are a number of video games based in New Jersey, more than you'd think, but I cannot think of a single video game that takes place in Arizona. Aside from... I mean, this does not count. Well, there's a Sopranos game. There's a... shit, what's that, like, Adult Swim show called with the guy who's fries? That game takes place in New Jersey. There's a PS2 game based on that show. Yeah, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Slow King. Do use Dark against Slow King. Gotcha. And probably the show takes place in New Jersey. Pro Skater 2... Arizona, which level is that? Hang on, because it's the hangar. Area 51 is in Nevada, right? Yeah, because when the Redditors said they were gonna storm Area 51, they instead all just went to Vegas. That's... Agron. Wow, Agron is a steal. Okay, cool. We'll just blast all the other Pokemon then. Oh my god, they all have Protect. Good thing I'm not attacking you. I think the hangar is in Montana, though. And then after that, you go to school, which is in California. And then you go to France, and then you go to New York, and then back to back to Venice Beach, and then there's Philadelphia. Is that second competition level in Arizona for some reason? Maybe that's it. Skate Street Ventura. I don't know where that is. That did literally nothing. Wow. Is that also, I mean, figures. When in doubt, the level is in California. Dude, I'm gonna kill him with quick attack. Check this out. Real ninja shit. You played yourself. He's not dead. Tony 1, level 6 is... Oh, Downhill Jam is Arizona? Okay, that makes sense. Mr. Mime. Hold up, is that gonna kill Rhyhorn? Or whatever he is. Aggron. The Aggro Crag. See ya. I have no idea what type Mr. Mime is, so I'm just gonna blast him. I think he's Psychic. Yeah, Mr. Mime is Psychic type. I actually know that one. That might legit be the only video game that takes place in Arizona, though. That level from Tony Hawk 1. Yeah, sorry. Every other state in the area. That's ESPN Extreme Games is one of the rare Utah games. I think that game Cult Simulator is going to be another example of a Utah game. Wait, where does this elevator even go? We're just... Okay, this is the secret back entrance to the orb. Or something. Just completely, like, elbow checked the microphone, sorry. Yo, dude who's weak to psychic, hello? Oh, never mind. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, you gotta go. You gotta go, buddy. Man, waiting all the way till the end of the game to reveal the Shadow Doug trio. One of the most sought after Pokemon, I guess. Goodbye, Shadow Doug trio. Does that include his, like, can I just Psychic him? Okay, good. When his defense goes up, that's like his physical defense. I mean, it doesn't rule. It's kind of lame that the game is like this, where like every Pokemon you could possibly catch is just horrible. Like, I think it's bad for the game that it's just like, oh, well, these two are obviously the best. Like, they just straight up give you return. Like an insane move. It's just, oh, okay. Why do anything else? I've watched Ironmon before. Just press that return button. I think they're the best. Like, you look at the other Pokemon available to you in the game, and it's like Sunkern. Some kind of Gen 3 freak that looks like it couldn't possibly hurt anything. Yeah, I know. I meant those as like separate, as separate entries, you know? There's Sunkern, and there's also Gen 3 monstrosities. Actually, I didn't know that Sunkern was Gen 2, but I did mean those separately. Also, hi, Kiev. No. I will not battle you. We are close to the ending. And that's not the Japanese, you know, as a country liking to pad out their tail ends. That's just Danganronpa. That's just he does that. The Ninjask is weak to a bunch of crap I don't have. Great. And Manectric is weak to a bunch of crap I don't have. I've got Steel. I could Metal Claw Manectric and it would still do nothing. Oh, were you playing, did you play that recently, Under the Skin? I've played Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. That is a questionable game. That game had so much hype behind it when people were like demanding a localization, and then it comes out and everyone's like, wait a minute, this sucks. But, I mean, it doesn't suck, but like, that game's story has some problems. Salamence. Okay, I got nothing for Salamence. Yeah, I mean, it's... like, you can say that, sure, but you don't expect such an ass pull in a Phoenix Wright game. I don't know, man. It's just like... sure. In Layton, they do this, where it's like... actually, you know... here's the extremely ass-pull way that this happened. But, like, I mean, and I feel like they really crank it up to, like, 100 with a... okay, I'm about to spoil a bunch of Professor Layton games. But, like, the first game, the plot twist at the end of the first Layton game is that everyone in the village is actually a robot. And it's like, okay, sure. And then there's, like, I don't know, was it Layton 3 where it's, like, actually, there's an entire second copy of London. It's basically the plot of that one Jordan Peele movie. Where there's an entire second London, other than main London, and they're all really bitter about it. But, like, and Layton 2 was, like, we found, like, psychedelic gas in the mines, and so you've just been hallucinating the entire game, and that's, like, stupid. Stupid, that one's dumb. I'll say that one's dumb, but the other 1 and 3 are pretty solid. I don't know the plot of 4 through 6, because I haven't watched any streamers play those. But then you get to Professor Layton versus whatever. You get to the verses, and it's like, okay. So the magic isn't real because you've trained everyone to not see this color, and instead they just see through it, I guess. And we've also trained them to just walk around this building that we were hiding the whole time under a giant tarp in the center of fucking town, and nobody ever bumped into it because we trained them to do it. And it's just like, I think that's stupid. And it's just like, when someone throws a fireball, there's actually just an invisible dude next to them with an invisible flamethrower. And it's just like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's really bad. Even by Layton standards, the plot of Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is, like, pretty shit. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm very unbothered by this because as much as I'm yelling about it on stream right now, I'm pretty unbothered by this because kind of the enjoyment factor of a Layton game is the puzzles, which don't have anything to do with the plot most of the time. So as long as the puzzles are good, the game is still good, but like, then it's like, I don't know, because then I do care about the story for like an Ace Attorney game where it's like, you know, the mysteries have got to be on point. So it's just like, it just doesn't cross over as well as I feel like you want it to cross over. Where it's like, oh yeah, of course these things would make sense together. It's like, I actually don't think they do because of that. That's just my opinion, though. Me neither, PQ. Those are the only 2 video games I've ever played. Other crossover games, well, there's Project X Zone on 3DS. There's 2 Project X Zone games, which are like Sega, Namco, and like some other third company, like Gigabrain crossover RPG. Obviously there's also the entire Super Robot Wars series, which I know nothing about because I'm not a mech guy, but it's Capcom? Okay. But Super Robot Wars is like, what if every character from every mecha anime all did a thing together? Wait, are either of these even moves? What am I doing right now? I'm killing this guy, that's what I'm doing. Hopefully they'll let me take a break here before we go into the next fight. Yeah, that's not even to bring up. This is something a lot of people complained about at the time, is just how stupid they wrote Phoenix Wright in the Professor Layton game, which, to be fair, I don't think Phoenix Wright is pretty smart, but I don't think he could handle Professor Layton. Professor Layton is like the professor gigabrains it and solves something that no human would ever fucking think of, ever. And so it's like, okay, I'm not sure that Phoenix Wright would be successful in that environment, but they did write Phoenix Wright to be very stupid and useless throughout the entire game. Professor Layton has to take over doing the trial at the end of the game, if I remember correctly. He's like, Phoenix, sit down. I'm a defense attorney now, too. I'm taking it from here. And it's just like, come on. Yeah, I don't... Right, Muck. Because then, like, this... You're getting into my Apollo Justice rant. We're touching on a lot of game complaining today. Phoenix is like, I like Phoenix Wright, but then you get into Apollo Justice and Phoenix Wright is like, actually, I've been 12-dimensional chessing you for the last decade. I've planned for every step of every contingency, and I've seen everything, and I this and I that, and it's just like, dude. He's literally, it's just like, we are all pawns in a Phoenix Wright game. It's his world and we're just living in it. He goes like full Joker in Apollo Justice, and it's like, who the hell is this man? Is this the guy I was playing as in the first 3 games? I don't understand. It's just crazy. Okay, yeah, I won't explain anything else about it. Especially because I don't remember anything else about it, because I played it a long time ago. The Dark Age of the Law, that's Ace Attorney 5, right? I still haven't played 5 and 6. I bought Great Ace Attorney 1 and 2 on Steam a long time ago, and I played up to the final case of Great Ace Attorney 1, and then I quit. Which I should come back to it. I didn't quit for a specific reason. I feel like a lot of people do say that Great Ace Attorney 1 is made a lot better after you play 2. Like, 1 and 2 are a good complete package. But Great Ace Attorney 1 feels like they've dumbed down the investigations so much that it just feels like pulling teeth. So I kind of dropped it in the middle of an investigation in the final case. I've already forgotten my other complaints, but as usual, I did feel that I outsmarted the game in a few places as well. That must be something that everyone does, and I'm probably wrong. Where it's like, well, hang on, why didn't Phoenix Wright just consider this? And it's like, I'm sure that that's wrong. There's some logical reason why that's wrong that I can't think of. But I'm like, why didn't he consider that the culprit could just hide behind that box? And it's like, no. They're not going to bring that up in the game. But it bugs me when that sort of stuff happens. Yeah, I'm like saved in like a pawn shop or something. And I'm just in the pawn shop and characters have been talking at each other and doing irrelevant crap for like an hour and a half. And I'm just like, please save me from this pawn shop. I just want to get to the trial. These investigations are so bad. My shadow Pokemon plan isn't finished yet. Okay. Shadow Pokemon. When the second step is done, I will take over the world. Uh-oh. We're in the orb. me introduce you. Come forth, XD. I'm pretty sure this is the Pokemon that stole the boat at the start of the game, which is like Lugia. Yeah, Shadow Lugia. The first of the Shadow Pokemon that cannot be purified. Oh shit. Get him, Espeon and Rapukin. Just fucking blast this man with Psychic. Ooh, he's weak to Dark. He's strong to Psychic. Don't blast him with Psychic. You're gonna bite him. You're gonna bite me, says Lugia. That didn't do that much. That did not do that much. Okay. Okay. How much does return do? Okay, that did way more. We're just gonna return him to death. That's perfect. Item. Hyper Potion. The boy himself. Don't kill Rapukin. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. Okay, we're fine. I think someone said that at some point, yeah. There was a debate about it. Well, see ya, Lugia. I guess I probably could have Ultra Balled him. Or, like, Master Balled, right? I could have just Master Balled that Shadow Lugia and called it a day. That's not the end, though. There's more. I know. We now have to defeat Greevil, and we're gonna Master Ball one of his Pokemon. I'm pretty sure this is the true end. Grandmaster Greevil. Ooh, look at his eyes. Grandmaster Greevil just straight up has all of the legendaries. He has 7 Pokemon. I didn't even notice that. Huge if true. No one has ever had 7. Well, I guess Lugia plus the other 6. Okay, ready for this? Rhyhorn is... Okay, whatever. Well, here, let's set up. Should I set up on him? We're gonna set up on him. Check this out, because I think this is the end. So let's... Oh, there's so many items that I didn't even use. Oh, I can't. That was... Raising Rapukin special was not very useful. You would think that, wouldn't you, under the skin? Okay, okay. We live in. You know what I should have done? I should have done that in a different order. I'm silly. I'm gonna let them kill Rapukin, sorry. They're probably going to kill him. Man, I'm not gonna get turns in though, that's the problem. I can't really survive that long. And that's not very effective. Oh, what move was that? Hang on a second, huh? Item. But if they both attack him, he's just dead. Then we'll have him use his turn on Hyper Potioning. And that can be selected, so we're gonna use that on Espeon. I could steal his Moltres here, for sure. But I know that he's also got Zapdos and Articuno. So we've got 3 different Pokemon. That all needs stealing. Well, we're not going to steal all of them, but I'm going to steal one of them. Missed. Alright, let's go one more X special, just to, like, fully get crazy. And then you are going to use a revive on Rapukin. Fuck it. Max revive? Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. Trust me, I remember the X stuff. I love X stuff. Oh my god. Please don't kill him. Please don't kill him. Please don't kill him. Okay, good. He sucks. He sucks and he's dumb. Now it's time to get crazy. Where are my hyper potions? What does he even think he's doing? So this attack should do an unbelievable amount of damage, I think. 3 X specials, plus stab psychic, plus the 10% psychic boost item. Should be insanity, I think. Dude, it's Executor. This should be complete insanity. Executor. Like, this is gonna be weak, and we're gonna do it anyway, and it's gonna, like, kick a lot of ass. I don't know what either of these moves do, but, like, might as well. Let's see how much this psychic does. Hell yeah, it's not very effective. I just got the Snorlax here to just spam heals and stuff. Like you, Hyper Potion, Espeon. Yeah, these are all Gen 1 Mons, right? I'm calling them Mons. Is that like a sign that your brain is permanently ruined? One of these days, that's gonna crit on me and just ruin everything. Oh, damn it. Okay, hang on. We have a good item for this. We have a good item for this. It's time to do this, and then where is max heal? Where is it? Full restore. Hopefully this cures burn. Well, I saw him. Didn't require much deduction. He looks exactly the same. Okay, we'll take Articuno. I'll steal his Articuno. Dude, it's so funny when they attack Snorlax. It's just no. That's gonna do absolutely nothing, friend. Sorry. Psychic the Zapdos, and Master Ball the Articuno. I will be a thief. Theft is good, actually. That's the main takeaway. Like, the theme. What are the themes of Pokemon Coliseum and XD? Theft is good. Don't go to Arizona. Nothing else. I've learned nothing else from playing these games. Well, there you go. I defeated Greevil. I think that's it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's another battle after this. I kind of think that's it. Whoa, Sonic Adventure 2 battle blows up. They should have me be Shadow the Hedgehog in the next game. They're doing like a Sonic Generations remake with a bunch of added Shadow the Hedgehog content. I don't know if they've recorded the voice lines yet, but I could definitely be Shadow the Hedgehog. He's just like me. He just said the anime thing. It can't be helped. Father? This child's pure heart won out over XD01. Dude, the return button won out over XD01. He died in 2 turns. That Pokemon was weak as shit. Honestly, a really underwhelming fight once we finally got to XD01. It just like really I expected like a level 99 like raid boss Pokemon, and instead it was just a guy who dies in 3 hits to return. Laws of the land. What crime have they committed though, really? Like, conspiracy to take over the world is not... That's not a crime. The theft of the boat, yeah. Well, sure, but conspiracy to commit a crime, it's something like that, where it's like, okay, yeah, I guess if you put it that way, that does sound pretty illegal, doesn't it, Americus? Conspiracy to overthrow governments and law enforcements using a personal army. I guess that does actually sound pretty... Yeah, fair enough. You'd go to prison for, like, I don't know, sedition or something. What about my forehead turtle? Alright, there you go, credits, done. Boom, no more Pokemon ever. Pokemon is dead. No. I think in the first game it's gone forever, but in this game, shadow Pokemon that you miss run away, and then Mirror B will have them. And you can, there's like some kind of Majima everywhere type system where every once in a while it's like, Mirror B is nearby, and then I guess that means he's nearby somewhere, and then I never found him when it said that, but if you fight him when he's nearby, then you'll have the shadow Pokemon that you're missing or something like that. I think that's how it works. That's another one that I expected to be like a raid boss, the Robo Groudon or whatever. Look, it's C-Dot. It's the moon. Yo, thanks for the 1,048 bits, Gross Spaz. I appreciate it a ton, dude, as always. That was, Coliseum took 13 hours. It was a 13 something. For context, this game was actually shorter, even though I thought it was going to be longer. I think it was shorter because it was a lot easier. None of the battles gave me any trouble at all. And I think that the dungeons themselves had fewer trainers in them, to be honest. There was definitely a lot of, like, really, really bad parts in Coliseum, where it was just like, go into this building, now kill 500 guys. Coliseum have stupid saving mechanics? I've forgotten that. Very special thanks to Creatures Inc. Dude, I was, last night, I beat Ridge Racer 7. I've been casually playing Ridge Racer 7 off stream, and there was a guy in the credits who is just credited as U. Just the letter U. It was like one of the sound team. They all had like fun, they all had normal names. No one was going by pseudonyms, except one guy who was just U. I did fix the timer. 10:48 is correct. That is the correct time. Yes, do not you. Yeah, that's probably part of it, Turtle Frenzy, right? As well. Or I never mind. I misunderstood. Anyway, that's Pokemon XD. Let's go ahead and review it. Let's get to the wrap-up. So there you go, game 415, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. 10 hours and 48 minutes, no sewers at all. Pokemon Coliseum had an entire underground city that they just axed from XD. They kept like every area from Coliseum except that one. Oh man. Yeah, so I thought that the fact that they reused areas was really disappointing. It felt like there was very little new content, and like this was just like kind of expansion packy, where it's like, did they really need to make this sequel Did they feel any spark of inspiration for telling a story or for doing something interesting with this game? No. I don't think so. It's like, why did they make this? Why did they make this when they were just gonna reuse all of the content from Colosseum? Yeah, I don't know, maybe there is good stuff and it's just all optional. I think Yimo's always telling me that it's all about the post-game in these games, Colosseum and XD. It's all about the post-game that I'm not doing. You know, hang on a second. I'll be right back in the middle of my review. Sorry, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, sorry. Just sickness is rearing their head at bad times. Okay. Anyway, where was I with this review? The reused areas were boring. It was still more bare bones than a real Pokemon game. And I still don't like Pokemon at all. Like, I don't know, it just... What you're doing in Pokemon Colosseum and XD just feels like paper thin as far as, like... Not an interesting story. Not even, like, a good, like, sense of adventure to it. Which, like, obviously, the Pokemon main series doesn't have good stories either, really. But there's still that, like... You know, like, think about the map in Gen 1, where you travel to all the different towns and you go around the region in a big circle, going to the gyms to collect the badges. I think that's compelling. I think that's great. I think that's a fun adventure. And this game does not have a good plot or a fun adventure, so it's just like, go to this building, now go to that building, okay, now defeat the bad guys, and it's just like, this sucks, this is lame. The gameplay, of course, still not into it all. This one was way too easy because they just give you, like, god-tier Pokemon right at the start, and then every other Pokemon after that you would never want, even if they were not like, you have to catch them and purify them, so they make it an extra pain in the ass to catch Pokemon and get them up to speed in your team. But then also, they only give you crap Pokemon until, like, the end of the game. It's just all trash you would never even want anyway. So, I feel like 98% of players just had their starter and then had Teddy Ursa, and just rolled with that. So I'm giving it a 1. I gave Colosseum a 2, I don't know why. That game should also be a 1, but I don't retroactively change reviews, but that game should definitely also be a 1. And this game is not as good as Colosseum, so it's also a 1. I don't even know if I needed to do those X specials at the end, or if I could have just blasted those birds in one shot anyway. Was 3 X specials really necessary? I don't know.